I worked as a nurse for 15 years. Well, I liked caring for people. I wasn't always interested in nursing. I just wanted to go to uni because I wanted to, not be at high school. Never really finished school, but from the university, I got like a third round offer to go and study nursing. So I did end up going straight into university from school. I wasn't that keen on the study element of university. I was kind of more interested in the party element. So my first experiences in nursing homes were traumatic, but not insofar as, I was getting shot at, but certainly in the way people are treated. The way it's done in a kind of a factory manner. The way how when you start, you've got lots of concerns for people's dignity and people's privacy, and then by the time you've been doing it for 12 months, you're so overloaded and so tired that you lose that. And I never realised that human beings would treat each other that way. It turns you into a robot. You shut down emotionally because you have to. I wasn't happy. I wouldn't have been happy in that point. Like you sort of create these illusions about happiness. It's funny because you're partying and you're really having fun and stuff, but it's not really very fulfilling. And so you discover that pretty quickly. I was nursing in Atlanta in the US, and I found an ad in the newspaper that said, come and try circus arts. I did the course and then she offered me a job. So that's how I kind of continued. I think that change happens. And so you should embrace change and you shouldn't be worried about it. Just do it and let go of stuff. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Mr. Shaggles Circus World is a interactive one-man circus show using the audience as the show. So it's just this character. It was kind of a clown at the start. It's more of a ringmaster now. And it's great because it's evolved as I've evolved as a performer. So it's really cool because when I first started doing it, I look back on those pictures and I cringe. They are just totally cringeworthy. Just the costumes. Mostly when I look at pictures and I go, because you don't know what a clown is, and you can read all the books you want. So you put on all these colours and you put on all this makeup and you take some pictures and I'm going to be crazy, and in retrospect you look back at the colours and go, that's no style at all. He's just not doing anything. Oh, look at that, and there's clashing there, and he's scaring children with that face. You just look back on it with your perspective of what is stylish and what looks good now. Speaking of stylish, the flash of the crochet, but because it's developed, it's been such a slow progression. The character's really solid, the show is really solid, and I've learnt how to become a performer using this character. My brother's kids are Rhiannon and Lorcan, and they call me Shaggles. They don't call me Uncle Shannon. So, they think it's really cool having performers in the family. They like coming to shows. So, any time that someone goes, when you're doing a show is great. So anything like that. Or any sort of surprise. Oh, I didn't expect that. That's my favourite moment in performing. I feel so satisfied when I make people laugh. It's awesome. It makes me feel like a child playing to children. I mean, my personal philosophy is that children we start where we're supposed to be, and then we develop into these zombified robot knobheads who think that having a big cash account is the most important thing in the world. And I actually think that children are kind of, you've started at the right spot and you've bloody developed into this knobhead. So I don't see that idea as being a step backwards or being held. I actually think that that's kind of natural and much, much more natural than the way we live now. Experiencing joy with every moment of your existence is how you should live your life. And so if you happen to get to that point by being around children all the time to learn that, I guess that's how I got there. If working on Wall Street and earning $10 billion gives you the same sort of joy, bloody well knock yourself out, you know, go for it. If I hadn't have got out of nursing, I would probably be in a pretty bad state. I would have woken up one day and gone, oh, all those things I've done and all those sick people and all those dead people, like, would have just killed me. I feel like I'm serving society more as a performer than as a nurse. I can give more joy to someone doing something that I feel joyful about. And I think that's a greater service to society than nursing in context of that system. And in some ways, in many ways, it is just nursing. It's just using empathy. Do I feel fulfilled? The idea of being fulfilled kind of has an end point to it. So, no, I'm far from finished doing anything I want to do. But content, yeah, I'm very content and very, very happy with where I am at the moment. If I had a motto, it would be a quote. It would be, if it stops being fun, go and do something else. Just, yeah. Let's get loud. What you gonna?
Okay. Alright, we good?
Thank you.